Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry I've taken such a long break from YouTube. The reason why is just I quit playing video games in general. So if you don't play, there's nothing to really record. But anyways, I played 2 or 3 games yesterday and I didn't do as bad as I thought I was going to do, but I definitely made some mistakes. So I figured why not make a video about the things I did right and the things I did wrong, and hopefully they can help you with your gameplay. Alright guys, see you in the video. Alright, so we got game number 1. Great start, already missed the mid boost. Since I missed the boost and I knew that I couldn't challenge, I'm going to go ahead and drop back and try to play support for teammate. Got a decent clear. Acorn ended up missing, so I actually kind of messed up after I demoed him, as you could tell. But I took the time to line up that shot and make sure it goes in. So if you guys ever get in a moment like that where you have that time and you mess up initially, take that extra second to correct yourself and not try to overcompensate and force something that doesn't need to be forced. Here, I don't know. I just don't do what I did there. That's all I can really say about that. Anyways, teammate passes back. It was a good pass up. Here, I had too heavy of a touch. I was trying to go for a flip reset, which I did get. But I feel like if I had kept it closer and not got such heavy touches, it would have been a lot more threatening than it was. So here, I'm last bit back. I'm just waiting on Acorn. I did get a challenge, but it was a really bad 50, as you could tell. And it was just right in front of our net. It says nobody went up. They had a free shot to tie the game. Here, again, I don't really know what I'm doing. Just kind of being a troll, rusty. I don't really know. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've played, so the decision making is not the greatest at times, as you could tell. But here, Grigi tries to clear the ball. I am trying to get in front of him to force out a touch, which I do. He gives Black Widow the ball. I really shouldn't have been on their back ball. I'm going to rewind here. Yeah, I could have gone for a bump in car mode, but other than that, I really still should not have been there, I don't think. There's just nothing good that would have came out of that. There they got a flick. I'm going to try to touch it over to teammate, which I do. The reason why you see me turn my car at the very end is I'm just trying to do what I can to get out of his way so I don't block any touch that he's trying to produce. So, alright, so here we kind of left possession up to the other team when teammate went for the boost. Again, not the greatest touch by Widow. Just trying to get a 50, and I'm going to go up with Widow to kind of create pressure. We do end up getting it over the team, which is good, but the other team is, not the other team, my teammate was nowhere to follow it up, so kind of just a dead area. They got a decent touch. No one contested, so I'm going again, and I ended up getting like a perfect upper 90 shot, so. Here, good kickoff. Teammate did not challenge, so they got it clear to this side. I do try to pop it up, but it was, again, a bad touch. So it ended up going midfield and being a threat more than a controlled touch going up the wall, which is what I was aiming for. So the thing that I'm noticing a lot from myself in this game is that I'm going too far forward for no real reason. I'm not putting myself in the best position to help out my team. Like, yeah, there's a couple opportunities that I've done good, but I've also created a lot of opportunities of bad. So try not to push up and be in a useless spot like I was. Meaning, don't be in front of your teammate. You want to always be like even or slightly behind if you're going to push up. And I really wouldn't push up unless you know that you have a third behind you, or at the very least, you know that they are heading back and can handle any threat in case they get a touch over you. So here I'm just playing third man. It goes around teammate. I still feel like I could have had a better touch on that one, but It is what it is. Here, we got a really good touch against the back wall, as you can tell, and it forced out 2 defenders. And they both jump. You can see Acorn and Kachang. So it lifts Greedy there all by himself to defend this shot. Oliver does hit it high, but gets lucky as it bounces up, and his car kind of double touches it in the net. We did have one guy just rage quit on the other team. I saw a little lightning thing. So, and there's the forfeit. Alright guys, I will see you for game number 2. Champ, I don't know who 369 is. I think it's just a name change, but I'm not sure of the name LG either. He does end up not playing for like the first 10 seconds, so we score because of it. Or 13 seconds rather. It is kind of a cheaper way to get a goal, but at the same time, if you're that guy that queues up for a game and then you want to step away from the computer and you don't unqueue, I mean, that's kind of your fault, to be honest, especially in competitive. There, I had a really, really nice setup. I do think I would have scored that double touch, but S was able to get one last second touch on me. Here, they cleared the ball really well. As you can tell, it was on target, and I kind of want to talk about this for a second. Because I see a lot of people, they will jump up immediately, and a lot of the time it'll go right over them. You have a lot more time than you think. So as you can tell, I turn around, I wait, and I just clear it off to the side, and I get it into our corner. Because our corner is the safest spot that it could be. They did a really nice pass play. Here I'm just trying to get in 369's way, so that way he's forced out a touch. He does end up making not a great touch, and teammate goes with it. Here, I ended up going, I saw the teammate went with as I jumped, but as you can tell, I beat both the teammate and the defender there, so I still think I made the right decision in that play. Here, I'm just trying to be middle for typical, because other teammate went all the way back for boost. Since the play kind of stopped, I am dropping back. Link got a good touch. I see 369's going for the 50. Here, I'm going to doink it, hit it up against the wall. This does 2 things. It creates a really awkward position for the defender. He can't get a strong clear, or it's harder to control because it's floating toward his net. And Link is able to get near him to force him up to jump. There, I didn't realize Link was going for a demo, but I still should have shot this on target. And I knew that I shouldn't have jumped for this as soon as I did it. That's why you kind of see me back off. Just trying to go for a demo there. S did a really good job getting it around me using the wall. Good hit by typical. Right there, I was trying to control the ball. I was going to try to do a flick or maybe a strong 50-50 dunk play. But typical, or not typical, S turned around and got a good clear. So here, it's going back up the field. I'm going to jump, just trying to get a block, which I do. And it kind of kills it in the midfield. Here, I got a really bad heavy touch. I was going to go for a demo play. In retrospect, I probably should have just flicked it. Or just not had a really bad touch at the beginning. There, I get a good save, but it goes right back in the midfield. There, I got another good 50. Unfortunately, it didn't go very fast. If it would have been a lot quicker, I do think a teammate would have scored that, as I think it was typical that was there. Yeah, oh, both teammates were there, actually. So, it was just a little unfortunate. Just picking up pads, trying to dodge demo. You don't always want to go for your corner, especially when the ball's coming towards your net. You just want to grab a couple pads, because if you have 24 boost, you could save any shot. You don't need to have 100 every time on defense. Here I'm just trying to conserve the boost. The Link is going upfield, doesn't get a great 50. 369 is starting to go for demos. You'll notice he kills me and the rest of my team quite often from this point on. I think I die like 4 or 5 times in a minute. So again, I'm going up. He hits it low. It was actually a really good pass to S, but S missed. So here I'm just trying to turn in case he moved it up towards me. He didn't, so I turn back down and I go towards the net. So there's the first kill on me. And then as soon as I spawn in, he kills me again. You'll see him actually turn going back towards the spawn again. Luckily, I spawned on the same side that he killed me the second time. He gets a good 50. He actually popped it over. There's no one there. There's 369 trying to kill me again. There, even though it didn't result in a goal for them, I should not have been where I was. So, Link is right there in front of me, as you can tell. I go up, and I'm still going up. Now, granted, I am trying to dodge a demo from 369, but I still should have just backed off. Because if I'd have stayed back, I'd have had a really strong clear instead of make a typical have to force it in our corner. Where 369 gets a double demo. And here he comes again. He'll kill me for the final time in the match, I think. Or at least one more time. But yeah. Just try not to be so far up the field. Especially if you're the third man. You need to be the guy that they can rely on to cover the backfield until they start heading back. So that way you can eliminate any possible threat to the best of your ability. So here, I took their corner, I'm dropping back. Again, trying to dodge yet another demo. Here, I fake challenge. So, the benefit to this is that he's trying to 50 me. By me faking, I take the boost, but it also gives Link a free clear. Now, granted, he probably could have passed it upfield to me, and it would have been more threatening than the hit he made, but I still get a touch around the second defender. The 369 is able to get a clear. Here, I'm just going to go flip over the defender, and that kills the game. Alright guys, I will see you for the final game. Alright guys, third and final game. We got Floppy, Zaza, ABZ versus me, Saifu, and Tangy. There I did a really good job dodging the demo or the bump attempt, but he does end up bumping me on the sidewall, so I was really good on him because it deflected any like momentum that I was about to have. So right there, as you can tell, Zaza and Floppy went. Floppy tried to make up for it by bumping me, but I did end up getting it around him. I almost scored, but Zaza did a really good job coming back and getting touch at the last possible second. Saifu ended up getting an unfortunate touch that went straight to our backfield. It was a good attempt. I saw exactly what happened. I passed it to Saifu. He tried to get it to Tangy, but the touch wasn't the greatest, and the defender was able to cut it off. But nonetheless, here I shouldn't have done what I did. I should have either A, jumped sooner, or what the better option would have been is to turn and just go down the wall instead of going this way. All I did here was waste boost, throw myself out of the play, and I became irrelevant for 3 seconds of the match. So here I saw teammate going near the midfield, so I tried to like back off, but I think he decided to go back for boost. I didn't realize it until it was too late. Here I'm just stealing the corner. Tangy did end up missing though, so we're rushing back for defense. Here, this is exactly what I was talking about with the first match. I rushed this. I had the defender dead to rights, as you can tell right here. There's nobody in the backfield. 10 out of 10 times I should have scored this. I ended up missing, and luckily a teammate was there to score. But in those situations, when I beat a defender, especially that badly, I should not be missing those nets. So take that extra time when you have it and line up your shot. Good try by Saifu. I'm just trying to get a 50. I ended up getting dunked though. Here I'm trying to bump the defender, but he never jumped off the wall. And he's got balls of steel. There, I shouldn't have jumped at all. There's just absolutely no reason. There was nothing I would have gained from doing that. Here, I ended up getting a really good save. ABZ, though, I'll slow it down so you guys get to see how unfortunate this was. I ended up saving it here. He ends up jumping, trying to redirect it. It bounces. It actually starts to bounce outward. And then he touches it, and it goes in the net. So, unfortunate. I did everything that I could in that play, but what could have saved that goal potentially is me not jumping for something so stupid 6 or 7 seconds before that moment. I could have been back. I could have done literally anything else, and we probably could have avoided that goal. So if you ever get mad at a teammate or yourself or anything like that, it's not just the moment leading to that goal that was the problem. There's something that happened before that moment that could have been changed or altered that could have avoided the goal. Now, obviously, there's just sometimes a teammate blatantly whiffs something they shouldn't when it's coming right at them towards net. That's not what I'm talking about. But like I said before, that goal that they scored, it could have been avoided if I didn't jump for what I jumped for 7 to 10 seconds prior. So there, just was a nasty double from ABZ, honestly. I do want to rewind for a moment because I was talking about one play for a really long time. If you ever come across situations like this, a lot of the time, especially at lower ranks, this is GC3. So GC3 and even lower will do this where they'll kind of pre-jump you. It's good to change things up. Don't always do this. You can boom it around them if you have no boost. In this case, I had plenty. So a touch around was a really good play. It kept control of the ball. I saw Zaza go. I thought he would fake and basically fake me out to force out a touch, but he ended up going and dunking me. But the point of that play was, you know, ABZ pre-jumps me. I control it. Keeping it around, it keeps the threat alive, and I'm not just booming the ball away trying to give free possessions. Here, Tangy gets a touch. It wasn't exactly powerful enough, so ABZ does get a block. Here, I'm just trying to be midfield for Tangy again. Again, not a great touch. It was a good idea, just not a whole lot of power behind it. There, I get a good save. Here, I'm trying to pop it up to Saifu. I actually got a really bad touch because it went way more infield than I wanted it to. Here, I got a really bad touch again. So, one thing I'm going to work on while playing this game again is getting softer touches, especially for the first touch. Because if I could do that, I could create a lot more opportunities for myself down the road. And it'll just make it a lot easier for me and my team going forward. Get a good touch. I got it around 2 defenders. There was a strong shot, but it did hit crossbar. I let it go to give a teammate a better opportunity. And I'm just basically stealing every corner boost that I can. My goal is to starve them, make them use what they have, and freak out. So that way we can get a lot of opportunities to score and them not being able to contest it. So it just gives a lot of free opportunities. There, he got it over me. Saifu should be able to get a touch. He does. There, we got really fortunate, hit crossbar. If they had scored there, that would have pretty much been the end of the game. I got a really good block, and it just luckily went perfect bottom right corner. So that was the tie game. Good job by Tangy. I ended up jumping. I really shouldn't have. I'm lucky that we got a demo, but I should have been a little farther back and played safer for that. Teammates did a really good job of forcing it through and getting strong 50s and hit it in the bottom left corner. So that gave us the lead. Here I'm just taking the midfield boost. So again, I'm going to just kind of hit it around Zaza, trying to make it awkward. There, wasn't a great pinch. Hit it backwards, just became more threatening than it needed to be. Here I'm just trying to be in a good position in case anything goes wrong or anything goes right. But that will do it for game number 3. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I'm learning a lot just by looking back at my replays. If you guys are feeling like you're in a slump or if you're not figuring out what you're doing wrong, I would highly recommend those games. Save your replays. Really be honest with yourself and analyze what it is you're doing and work on one thing at a time. For me, I know that I had good ideas, but I also had a lot of bad ones. There was a lot of things I jumped for that I shouldn't have. I had a lot of heavy first touches that I need to learn to like re-control the ball and have it closer to my car so that way I can have a better follow-up touch and a more threatening one. And just clean up like my passes. There were a lot of really good passes, but like especially in that last game with Saifu, how I hit it way too far infield. I need to work on those. So just being more precise with my touches. But I hope you guys learned a lot, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a great week. All right, peace.